All right. Hello, everybody. It's been a bit. I have not recorded anything in what feels like ages. For you guys, probably you're not gonna feel anything because I have scheduled uploads. But yeah. So I'm doing something a little different now. So for some of you that watched my other video where I use the sites, I was doing my top 25 favorite games. Period. This is gonna be a little different. It is my top my favorite 20 games and my favorite one from each genre and then my favorite game of all time. Plot twist, one of these is also my favorite game. So, yeah, without further ado, we're just going to get right into it here. So my favorite Souls and or Souls like I already you guys know already if you saw the other video, it's Elden Ring. I feel like I already said a lot of what needs to be said, but it's like this the core game is absolutely extraordinary. Like there is so many things it does right that the shortcomings that it does have don't even remotely harm the overall experience for me. The open world is vast and the majority of it is meaningful. The boss quality, at least for the actually story relevant bosses, is extremely high. The build variety in this game is insane. Like every new playthrough, I try to use a new weapon because there's so much options. And even if you have two weapons from the same class, guess what? They have a different Ash of War or probably a different stat requirement, so it feels different enough. Um, the areas have enough visual uniqueness to them that they all stand out in their own way. They're all stunning. Like I'm sure even like 20 years from now, it's still gonna look amazing. And then the DLC is like, hey, let's just make this game the most replayable game of all time because my playtime on this game before the DLC was like 300. It's 800 now. So that says a lot. And the DLC, basically, I have very similar, praises. That like the areas are mostly interesting. Admittedly, a little weaker than the base game, but I still really enjoy the areas. What I really like about the DLC that I don't see much people mentioning is that aside from I think two or three major bosses, you can fight any of the bosses you want in any order you want. Like there's no structure, and to some that might be a bad thing. Like in Elden Ring, there's a very clear structure. You fight a few bosses, and you go to Morgoth, then you Fire Giant, Malekith, that. DLC, you can just go straight to Mesmer, then go to Romina, then you can beat the DLC in those four bosses: Mesmer, Romina, Leda, and Radon. That's it. Or you could do all the other bosses first and then get to that. And I love that. I love games that let you just do what you want. And if you want to just go straight to the final boss, or at least as close to as possible, you can. And I love that. And the DLC adds even more build variety. As if there wasn't enough weapons, they added like I think 7 new classes. This DLC did so much good to this game. I don't care what anyone says. It is peak. I love this game. I want to play it after this recording is done. Anyways, now to our favorite ARPG. Again, surprising nobody. Why is it doing that? Oh, I have to do it literally. Okay. Diablo 2. Although let me just give an honorable mention to Grim Dawn because this game is still amazing. It's probably like last time I checked, it was maybe my sixth favorite. Now it's like fourth or third. It is very good, but I think I like Diablo 2 a little more. And I think it just boils down to it's simple enough that I feel I can really delve into it. Like I don't. Grim Dawn is definitely it's not like the most complex thing in the world. Like if you play it enough, you will understand. You'll understand everything. But I feel Diablo 2 has the right balance where it's still if I still want to get a really strong build, if I want to get the best items, it can be pretty fucking complex, but it's very I don't know, it's very much like you can decide how you want to play. And the atmosphere is unparalleled. The combat feels simple, but I don't know, it just feels satisfying just swinging my weapon at the enemy and then realizing I do a shit ton of damage to them. Or if you have a crappy build, you can farm or hope you get a better weapon. Or you can use gems and runes to make your weapon even stronger. There's so much ways to approach it. I love that. Granted, okay, this is gonna be crazy. I have 100 hours in this game, right? I have not beaten this game on Nightmare or Hell difficulty. I am close to doing that though, because there's one character now I'm having a very good run with. So I just wanna get that ball rolling. But so far, if you can get me to play that much time in like 2 months, you're a good game, in my opinion. This game has me hooked to the extent that only Elden Ring was able to do this to me, and Binding of Isaac. We'll get there later, don't worry. Grim Dawn is also getting there, but so far I think Diablo 2 is my favorite because, like, I don't know, I just love the setting. Even the story is very solid. The quests are fun. I like that. Guys, can I say something? It's probably a hot take. I like that there's not that many quests in this game. It in a weird way, it makes it very replayable because it actually there's fewer quests, but you still have to take your sweet time doing them because you can't just immediately go, oh, do the thing. No, no, you actually have to trudge through enemies and areas, and then it's like, okay, activate this thing, or okay, kill this enemy and it'll drop this thing, and then you can complete the quest. And I like that a lot. Alright, JRPG. Wait, let me think about this again. Oh yeah, well, why did I even think it's I know it. I know it. It is this game. Again, I already talked about this in great detail. Gameplay wise, not my favorite thing here on this list. But that's again, that's not where this game. They clearly put a focus on the characters and the story, and I think it paid off tremendously. This is my favorite story in a video game. Period. The game is still fun to play. I'm even willing to overlook, like in the older games, Tartarus is a little bit of a slog. I don't care because the story is so good. I will happily trudge through it. I will say though, I have not played the Answer expansion, which is in Fess and Reload. I've not played that. I've heard very mixed things. I've heard the story is also very good, but the gameplay is like much worse than this, and it's like, I don't know about that one. But yeah, this game is my favorite story easily. It'll be very hard for it to be topped. Yeah, I don't know. I think that's it for that part. What's my favorite online game? Oh, that's a tough one. 'Cause I play a decent amount. Now, no, but every now and then, sometimes I'll play something like Marvel Rivals or Overwatch. Roblox is a really big one. I don't play Roblox anymore because of the recent stuff. Huh? What do I pick for this? I actually don't. Okay, you know what? You know what? You know what? I thought of something. I thought of something. I'm gonna put it right now. Finally, a game that was not in actually what was it in the list? I don't even remember. It probably was, but I don't feel like I talked about it enough. This is the best Call of Duty game ever made. It is this like I don't think it's a hot take to say this is the Call of Duty game that ended the peak era of the series. This is where the gunplay was, still simple but really fun. The weapons were really balanced. The campaign was very compelling and a very strong follow up to the first game, which already has a very good campaign. Um, there's also a lot of weapons. There's always a lot of things you can get, and it's very fun to like level up and prestige. This is the only Call of Duty I've ever played in my life that I hit Master Prestige on because it is just that fun. It is an extremely fun game. I've not played zombies that much here, but from what I did play, yeah, it's also very fun. I really want to get into it more. I feel like I will get a kick out of it. But most of my time was on the multiplayer, which is what I'm grading this on, and it is stellar. I will still go back to Plutonium every now and then, and just if I want to annihilate bots or real players, this is my go-to game. It is super fun and super simple. The file size is not abnormally huge, so I can have it. I can keep it installed anytime. I don't know, man. This game is just great. I want to play it now after this record. I've said this about this is how I feel this way about all of them. They're all fun. They're all super fun. But this game is the mwah, online. Alright, Metroidvania. I don't even need to think about this one. I know for sure. Hollow Knight. Like what needs to be said here? Like it's the level design is incredible. It's the progression is satisfying. I feel like gradually getting more and more health and upgrading your needle, it's just incredibly satisfying. And seeing the results, it's just like it's great, man. And then there's the bosses. Admittedly, a lot of them are kind of to decent, but the really good ones are really good. Nightmare King Grim, Pure Vessel, Radiance. I don't like Absolute Radiance as much, but still, it's a good boss. There's more things. There's more things. There's more bosses. I'm just not remembering it because I've not played in the bit. But yeah, I don't think there's a single bad area in this game. There's definitely a weakest area. If you know, you know. It's I don't enjoy it as much as the other areas, but I think the majority of the areas in this game are very fun to play. I think the charm system is really cool. I love it. I'm glad it's also in Silk Song. It gives you incentives to keep experimenting and see what works for you personally, and I love that. Like I never kept the same set of charms the whole playthrough. Like I always felt I had to like, switch it up. I always felt I had to test and see what works, what doesn't. And I don't know, that's super fun. I think the only time I kept a specific amount of charms was in the Pantheons, because the Pantheons are brutal, man. The first few, you're probably gonna be fine. You probably die a couple times, but then you'll get it. Pantheon 4 onwards is like, what the hell even is this? I still enjoyed them greatly. Don't get me wrong, I still enjoyed them, but wow. If you are not very familiar with like difficulty in games, the Pantheon 4 and 5 are going to tear you a new one without hesitation. Especially 5. 5 is basically every single boss in the game in one life, in one attempt. And some of these bosses are beefed up versions of the ones you fought in the previous Pantheons or in the game. So you might come across some surprises. So get ready when that happens. But yeah, overall, man, this game is the package. So much content. It's like there's so much things to do. Like I already 100% of the game, and I still want to play it. It's like 112% of it. I 112% of the game. I did almost everything the game has to offer, and I still want to play it. It's still like I still want to take in the world, the setting. Like it's so beautiful. This game is beautiful. One of my favorite examples of proof that graphics don't mean anything when you have a nice art style. This game knows when to be cozy and knows when to be terrifying, and I just love this game. It's amazing. My favorite 2D platformer. Ooh, we already delved into this before. Sonic Mania. It's like I love Sonic. I love Sonic Mania. It's a match made in heaven. I remember when I was young, I always played the Sonic 1 and 2 and CD as a kid. Those games are bangers too, don't get me wrong. But I just cannot, in good conscience, put them higher than Sonic Mania. I also eventually beat Sonic 3 and Knuckles, which is also an S tier platformer. But I think this is a little better because there's more content. The levels I feel are really fun. There's very few levels in this game that I don't really like. I think the only levels on are Hydro City and I don't remember what it's called, but the desert one where you're on the plane. I don't like plane levels in these games, so I'm glad it was only that one level. And Hydro City is just it's okay. I definitely don't hate it. It's just comparably weaker, but like the characters are all fun. The soundtrack is absolutely stellar. I still listen to it to this day. The level design is on point. I already said the special stages are amazing. Playing as Super feels so good in this game because the ground shakes when you're supersonic and you're just drop dashing to the next part of the level. You feel like actually almighty, and I love that. I hope more games that when you have supersonic let you feel this powerful, like in this game and in Frontiers. Frontiers also did a good job in this regard. But yeah, Mania's great. I want to replay it at some point. It's been like a few years, but it's a banger. Like all 12 zones are bangers. Not every not, well, yeah, I can't talk. Even not every single level's good. So what? The overall package is worth it, and there's 5 playable characters. They're all fun. There's like there's so much replayability, and this game is very affordable. I love that. And the best part is this game initially at De Novo, they removed that shit. They removed that parasite. Thank you for doing that. I appreciate it. All right, favorite 3D platformer is gonna have to be this. This is not me talking nostalgia because I was born after this game came out by like 5 years. So yeah, 1996, 2001, yeah. So I didn't even play this game until like 2019, I think. No, actually, I don't. When did the 3D All Stars come out? That's when I played it. That was my first time ever playing. 'Cause I've heard about it. I've seen a lot of people talking about it. I've never played it myself. I played it. Whoa, boy, it's good. It is very dated in some aspects. Like the camera is atrocious, but this is one of the first 3D platformers widely known. So can you blame them for not getting the camera right on the first try? I can't really. Like I think that they did the best that they could at the time, and the outcome is just like it's good. Like the levels are really memorable for a reason. The soundtrack is still in my head. I can still think of Baba Battlefield's soundtrack to this day. The controls are insanely good for a 30-year-old game. I don't know what else to say. And there's so many levels. The majority of them are very fun. Uh, what do you want me to say, man? There's like millions of people play this game. If you watch this, you probably play this and you love this game too. What? How much more do I need to add to this? This is a classic for a reason. It's a banger. All right, favorite racing. Okay, finally a game that was not in my top 25. Burnout Paradise. I what can I say, man? Like this game is chaotic as fuck, and I love it. I had this. I think I don't know if it was on like early PlayStation or PlayStation Portable, but I remember vividly just like racing. I don't even try to win. I just try to destroy every car in my way, and it feels so good because also the camera pans to it and in slow motion when you see them like you just murdered this racer in cold blood and they're no longer competing in the race. Like that's I don't know, man. Like I just when you after playing this now, I don't enjoy other racing games as much. There's still plenty of good ones. Like some of the Need for Speed games are bangers. For example, uh, I love the Crash Tag Team Racing games, or sorry, Crash Racing games. A lot of them. Sonic Racing Crossroads recently is amazing. Mario Kart 8 is phenomenal. But can you destroy other drivers can you like actually permanently have them out of the race mid race and just destroy them? No, I didn't think so. This is the game. I've not played this in so long, but like those memories are still stuck with me. It's still so satisfying. I just want to. I should probably get the remaster at some point. 'Cause I feel I would really get a kick out of it. And yeah, man. I know this. I don't know if this is really counts as racing. I really want to try Carmageddon. I heard it's also like instead of you can also try to kill people in Carmageddon. It's like what? That's insane. But yeah, I need to play the game again. It's been way too long. I'm sure I'll get a real kick out of it. All right, next up is this game, Elder Scrolls 3 Morrowind. It's just like I think this game is proof to me that graphics do not at all hamper the gameplay for me because this game graphically is aside from this game is probably the most dated looking game on this list. It's still my favorite still my favorite RPG of all time. I don't know, man. I think this game has one of the most well realized worlds and settings in a game that I've played. I'm sure there's other games that probably do this better, but to me, this one is the one that captivated me the most. The combat isn't the best, sure. Who cares? Who cares, man? I love the story. The setting is so cool. Like it's fantasy, but there's a lot of like alien life. Like it looks borderline extraterrestrial, and it's like this is so unique. I don't see many like fantasy setting stories that do something like this. It doesn't feel like out of place either. If they feel like they belong there, like it just works so well, and I don't know why, but it's amazing. The soundtrack, I already said this in the preview. The soundtrack is so good. It's short, but every single track is memorable. I smile when I listen to the main theme. It's very well composed. Uh, yeah, man. It's just like the also like I love that you can screw up the game for yourself. You wanna like permanently lock yourself out of beating the main storyline. You can just kill this very important NPC that you need to beat the game with, and then you won't be able to do it. You can still beat the final boss, and by any means necessary. You can still do that, but you won't beat the main quest line if you kill some characters or you do some actions that make them mad at you. And I just find that really funny. And I wish more games would allow you to just blatantly screw yourself over like that. Like I get why that's not the case because they designed games with to assume that not all games do this, but a lot. I know some games now they're designed to assume you're dumb, so they have to hold your hand and make sure you know what you're getting into. But I don't know. I love how much freedom this game has, and guess what? Guess what? Even if you do mess up, even if you screw up everything, just load back to a previous save. Just save every now and then. If you screw up badly, you really really feel bad about it. Just load back and prevent what you did before. So it is I think it's the best of both worlds because if you choose not to do that, you still suffer the consequences heavily of your actions. But if you're well prepared, you don't have to worry. You could just be like, oops, okay, that's what that does. Okay, go back. All right. Now for my favorite roguelike. Recently I'm getting really back into this game again. I'm enjoying it a lot. And I'm trying to get a lot of unlocks for it. Tales of Magiel. Like I don't know, like most of you who are watching this probably already know, like I probably came from watching me playing this game because this game you guys love watching me play it, and I love playing it. So it's the best of both worlds. So I cannot speak today. Holy, it's just like this again. Just like Morrowind, proof that graphics mean nothing. This game looks ugly. This game does not look like it visually does not look appealing at all to me. But again, I don't care. The core gameplay is so satisfying. I feel like every time I play, I'm slowly improving and I'm learning more. Because this game is tough. It is relentless. There is so many things in that world that want to end you. And this game likes to lure you into a false sense of security. Because sometimes you're just going to be going through hours and hours of just like the most pathetically easy enemies. And then, oh, look, a super boss that's like 20 levels higher than you and can kill you in one hit. Yeah, sure, let's put them here. Let's put them here too. And I've lost so many runs because of something like that. So this game is unpredictable, but I think in a way that makes it more fun to me because like you can never truly let your guard down. You have to be careful no matter what because if you even for a second let your guard down, a demon from hell is just gonna like rise from below and take you to the pits with him. It's amazing. And I already said this in the last video, but build variety is like there's so many things you can do in this game. There's so many ways you can approach things. What's that? There's enemy that's way stronger than you. Don't fight them. Just run away, teleport away, put on a shield that makes you take way less damage. You can paralyze them. You can probably put something in your skill tree that makes you able to get away from them. You just the only thing is you have to be very prepared. You have to prepare for anything that can happen that could hinder your run. And I think now that I've played this game a lot and I've died a lot, I think now I'm learning is like you don't have to kill every single thing in the game. And that's fine. That's completely fine. I think it's actually a good lesson to teach. And I like that it's mostly like this game is a lot of it is very like the enemy placement is always different each time. Obviously, you're gonna get the same, most of the same enemies in the same areas, but where exactly they'll be, and their stats and how much damage they'll do to you, I'm pretty sure all that's completely random. So you can never expect the same thing every run, and I like that a lot. This game is like it's very punishing, but also it's very like this is what you did wrong. Like every time I died, I feel like it was always my fault. I always did something wrong. I always decided, oh, I should not have done that. I should have done something else instead, and it makes me want to keep playing and then get further and further. And now I feel I'm getting closer to like the mid game with most of my characters. I think it's a good thing because I was always dying in the early game with a lot of them. So I'm improving a lot. This game is fun. The gameplay loop is insanely fun. And I'm just only hoping I can get more unlocks because I cannot be doing the same classes over and over again for my future videos. I feel that'll be boring. But yeah, that's it. This game is amazing. It's my favorite roguelike. I love it. Also, a honorable mention to Caves of Cud and Jupiter Hell. Those games are very fun too. Caves of Cud, I just have not played it nearly as much as this, so I can't really like call them my favorites. And I just like this game more. But it's still I'm having a lot of fun with it. I'm playing on roleplay mode. It's a very fun game. I love the setting. It's such a weird setting. But it's so cool. Jupiter Hell is just dumb fun. I love props to being deck verified too. I have massive respect to any games that do this. Jupiter Hell is like it's Doom the roguelike, but they changed it enough that they could be allowed to put it on Steam. And yeah, man, it's like I don't know, the game is fun, the sound design is fun. It's like it's super chaotic. I want to play it more. I think after this recording, I'm gonna record that next. So yeah, my favorite roguelite is The Binding of Isaac. I have 270 hours in this game. That should probably tell you all that needs to be known. This game is jam packed with content. There's, to my knowledge, 700 items. If you almost every single run, you're gonna unlock something, and even if you don't, you're probably gonna have a better run that'll make you unlock new stuff in a future run. It feels like there's always something happening. I love it. The art style is amazing. This game is very affordable. It runs same with Majile, by the way. I should mention that. It runs amazingly both on my PC and deck. Uh, there's so many. There's like 34 characters. The DLCs are very good. It makes this game go from like pretty awesome to like one of the most replayable games ever made. Because also the core gameplay is very simple. It's very like like oh just cry on the enemies. That's it. But a lot of times it's very tricky. Sometimes some enemy room layouts are straight up evil. Some of them are like, how do you not get hit in them? But you know what? So what? It's still very fun. Every now and then I come back to this because it's very fun when you have either a good item or you feel you're improving. I love games like this, and this game is probably my favorite example of that because it took me like 30 hours for me to finally get good and decent at this game. And then when I finally got that win, oh my god, it felt so satisfying. It felt super, super rewarding. And it made me just want to keep playing. I want to keep like I know I keep saying this about all these games, but like they're all on this list for a reason. I want to keep playing them. They're all super fun. This is no exception. This game is very replayable. There's so much content, and most of it is very fun. There's a few characters that suck. There's a few enemies I hate. There's a few bosses that are atrocious. But who cares when like the good dramatically outweighs the bad? To me, I think this game is more than worth playing. I also want to try playing more. Enter the Gungeon. I want to play more of it because I know it's more skill based than this. Because this game, you can be awful, but if you get like a really good item, it's gonna be much harder for you to lose. Enter the Gungeon, you have to know what you're doing. So honorable mentions to that game. That game's also very fun. I want to get into it more though before I feel comfortable seeing if it'll take over Isaac. Right now it's Isaac, but also Slay the Spire is also a very good game. But I already put it on my list for top 25 games, so I'm not gonna mention it here. Favorite MMORPG? Okay, let me just preface this by saying I am very inexperienced with this genre. Okay, like the most time I've spent on an MMO is maybe like 50 hours, which I know is like nothing. but I think I've played enough of them that I can add it on here and formulate my own opinion. Also, kinda, there's only like five I can put per here. I already put it like this, so I can't really change it. So I might as well just put it here. And it is old school RuneScape. Again, I've not played this game that much, and I've not played it in ages. But from what I did play of it, compared to other MMOs, this is my favorite one. It's just like it's this game somehow did this thing where like the old graphics of it doesn't look dated. I don't know how to explain it. It doesn't look dated. It's so charming. It has this feel to it that I just have not felt in any other game. And I would be more than happy to just come back to just feel that feeling again. And I don't know why. It's just like even the combat really, like, if you think about it, it's very dull and uninteresting. But also I don't hate it. Like, I don't know how to explain it. I like seeing my character swinging the weapon, and then if I miss, so what? It's still cool seeing them swing. And then when I hit, ooh, that dopamine hits up. And also the world is huge. I've barely even scratched the surface, but from what I did do, I remember I paid the monthly subscription for a little bit. I made some progress. Yeah, man. It's like this game is so much to do, which makes it's an MMO. It would be weird if there wasn't a lot to do. But like, I love it, and also the community. Like, there's still a huge amount of people playing this for a reason. Like, it's RuneScape. It's so charming, and I wanna play it more. I wanna like try to increase my stats more. I wanna try doing things I haven't. I'm sure there's many things I have not even done yet in this game. There's many like skills I haven't even tried yet. I feel like it would be fun. There's so many things you can just do, and the game just lets you do them, and I love that. But yeah, sorry if it sounds like I'm talking about the very basics. It's like, again, I have not played this that much, and I've not played it in super long. But if I were to compare them, this is my favorite. I've also played Black Desert. To be honest, I don't hate Black Desert. I just, first of all, that UI of that game is a nightmare. Like, it's a nightmare. I look at it and I'm intimidated immediately. I don't like that. But the combat is very flashy in Black Desert, and I really like that. I there's like a huge amount of classes. There's like, what, like 30 classes now? Like, there's probably even more than I'm not remembering. There's so many. And it's probably very replayable with one character alone. So imagine you want to do one with all of them. That's how many hours would that be? That would be insane. All right, that's enough of that. My favorite FPS is super easy. We are gonna go with Doom Eternal. I already delved into a lot of why I like this in my other video. Just like, Mick Gordon's soundtrack really helps with this. The gunplay is top tier. I think this is my favorite gunplay in any first-person shooter. Although recently Dead Zone Rogue is getting pretty close. That game is super fun to play. But Doom Eternal, I don't know, man. The levels, even the platforming is fun. I'll say it. It's weaker than the actual first-person shooter parts, sure. I don't care. The gunplay, it's still satisfying enough that I don't mind it. The gunplay is so good. I love that you're incentivized to use different weapons based off what the demons are weak against. And incentivize you to memorize, when to use them, what time. And even that's not enough. You have to like memorize the layout very well of the level, so you know where to maneuver. And if you know how to quick swap, oh my god, you're probably gonna be unstoppable. I still want to learn how to do that. I really want to get that down. Just like, I don't know what to say, man. This game and its DLCs. Also, this game is challenging as hell. Like, I'd say it's significantly harder than 2016, but I never felt, aside from a few sections, like a couple sections, I've never felt this game was BS. I've never really felt that. Almost all of my deaths, I felt it was because I was playing really badly. I wasn't playing good enough to beat what I was trying to accomplish. Yeah, man, great FPS. I really want to play it again. It's Doom Eternal. Like, if you've played this game, you probably understand why it's here. All right, favorite action adventure. We are going to go with Sekiro. It's again, this game is excelled by the combat. The story is still solid. Don't get me wrong. It's just I don't really come here for the story. I don't really come here for the lore and all that. It's not like the other games. I feel like the lore and story captivates me in those games even more. But this is still very much serviceable. It's still very solid. It's still a From Software. Like I feel like From Software does not make bad stories in their games. But this game is carried by the one playstyle that you have for the whole game. It's one playstyle, but that one playstyle is so addicting that it still feels like I still have the urge to play it every now and then because once you get the deflect timing down on the majority of enemies and bosses, you feel unstoppable. You feel like just a killing machine. You're going to tear through every single thing that's in your way if you can master the deflect. And oh my god, when I finally got Genichiro with the deflect, it felt so good. It felt like this game's combat is so satisfying. I love how you don't have to make their health zero to win. You can. That's still an option for you if you want to do it like that. But this game has another mechanic where you can break their posture, and if you fully break it, you can just fatally stab them, and depending on how many phases they have, they go down one extra phase. If they have one phase, you just kill them on the spot like that. This is so genius. Why I wish more games had something like this. You don't even have to deflect them. You can break their posture enough and then do like a devastating attack with them. This is such a cool idea. And on top of the deflecting, it really makes you feel good for mastering the deflect. If you deflect good enough and you break their posture and then stab them in the heart, you are unstoppable. And I think that this is a weird case for this game because this game by far has the steepest learning curve in a FromSoft game. But once you learn that learning curve, this is probably the easiest game of the series. Like that's such a weird case, but I think it's because of the fact that this game only has one build. So if you get very good at that build, of course you're going to be very good at the whole game. There's no other way for you to play it. It's not like Elden Ring, where you're probably going to be very good at Dex, but that doesn't mean you're going to be amazing in strength. You have to still have to play enough with a slow and heavy weapon and memorize how to when to attack the bosses with this new type of weapon. This is non-existent here because you only have a katana the whole game, and your only method of defense is either dodging or deflecting, but you are heavily encouraged to deflect. Also, you can refight bosses in this game. I need Elden Ring to have this. This is a big open world game. I don't want to traverse it every single time. I want to deflect and refight bosses. And this game does just that for me. Oh my god, it's so good. All right. Favorite survival horror. Okay, again, I've not played this genre that much, but from what I did, oh boy, this game was something all right. Let me preface this by saying this is the only Resident Evil I have completed. So, a very biased pick on my end. I have played other survival horror games, but this is the one that comes to mind when I think of the genre. I do want to play the other games though, like the Resident Evil 1 remake, 2, 3, 4 remakes. I already have 5, I already have 7. I have just not finished them yet. To be fair, I probably kind of spoiled 7 for myself by playing this first, but still. I'm not. I beat this game like 5 years ago, so I'm probably not gonna remember every single thing about 7. So I think I can still enjoy it. But anyways, yeah, this game is great, man. It's not like complete horror the whole time, but I think that's just Resident Evil. I think Resident Evil is also has a lot of action DNA in it, and both aspects are very fun. But holy shit, the creepy parts in this game are so creepy. The entire dollhouse section and that giant baby monster thing, god, that freaked me the hell out. How do you even come up with things like that? Like when this game is scary, it's actually terrifying. I'm actually kind of upset. I won't get to experience seeing that horrifying baby for the first time ever again because oh my god, it freaked me out. I still have a recording of my one of my streams where I got to that part. I was terrified. If you guys want, I can send the link to that. But yeah, man, that was terrifying. Also just the core gameplay is very good. The gunplay, like you are not going to overpower anything in this game. You are a just a normal average dude just trying to escape this hellhole, right? And it does such a good job of making you feel like that because yeah, I feel like most people in the situation would be like this too. You're terrified. You can only escape by outsmarting the monsters that are trying to kill you because you cannot brute force them. All you have is a pistol with some ammunition, and later on you get some better guns. But still, you're not gonna overpower anything. You have to just know. You have to just learn what you're going up against, and then adapt and survive. Hence the survival horror. But yeah, this game's a banger. I love it. I will definitely be revisiting it in the future. Favorite fighting? Okay, this is gonna be very biased on my end because again, this is the only Mortal Kombat I've really sunk my teeth into. I have played X, I have played 11, I've played a little bit of the really old games, but this is the one I played the most. This is my favorite one. I've also played a little bit of Guilty Gear Strive. I just don't like it as much as this. This is my favorite fighting game, and I don't know why. There's something about it. The story mode is very fun. I'm not too big on the story. Like I know this series has like very like large lore, and to be honest, I'm down to like learn about it sometime. I'm definitely down. But that's not what I'm here for. I'm here to beat the shit out of some people and then rip them to pieces. And this game is just mwah, it is perfect for that. It is perfect. The amount of characters you can play here is a lot. I think the other games have even more, but I don't know. A lot of these characters in this game, this is like the way they look in this game specifically is my favorite. Like this game is a banger. I still have it on my PS3. I want to get it on PC as well, but I heard it's not on Steam anymore because of some licensing problems. So that sucks. But yeah, maybe I'll sail the seven seas if you know what I mean to play this on PC. Or I could use my copy of the PS3 game for emulation, but I think it'll be better for the PC. But yeah, this game's amazing. I just I still remember vividly. This is probably a big influence as to why it's even here. I remember vividly my siblings were playing through the story mode. I think at first my sister tried to beat the final boss, which was Shao Kahn. She couldn't, so she handed it over to my brother. My brother couldn't. He handed it to me. I was the one that beat him. So it was such a cathartic moment because we were all like trying so hard to beat this piece of ass into the ground. We were trying so hard to just like annihilate him, but we couldn't until I finally did, and I felt like it felt like the stakes were high, man. It felt like the world was at stake. It was dependent on that, and that's just like one of my favorite gaming memories ever. So probably a big reason why it's on this list. I love this game. I would love to come back to it again at some point. So yeah. All right, favorite horde survivor. This is tricky because there's two games on this genre I really like, very closely to one another. But I think I have to give it to Hall of Torment because I love Diablo. This is a Diablo. This is basically Diablo plus Vampire Survivors. So of course I'm gonna love it when I play it. I'm currently like I think 20 hours in it. I actually unlocked the final level like very recently. That level is insane, by the way. But anyways, decent amount of characters. I love that. Aside from also killing the hordes, you also have to look for equipment, and then you put them down a well, and then you have to buy them from this guy, and then once you buy them, you can equip them on your character, and once you have enough items, you can like really decide what's best for your character depending on their stats, and you can like make a different build. Like it's I don't this is such a cool idea. So alongside having a lot of characters, you can also make multiple builds with every character because of this item system. This is a very cool idea. I love this. And I'm still experimenting. Like it's even now, 20 hours in, 20 hours in, I'm still experimenting with different things. I'm still experimenting with different characters, seeing what gear is best for them, what items in the run are actually good to use, like what benefits. Like sometimes, also on the runs, you can pick like different weapons. Like you always have the same default weapon. That doesn't change. But you also choose like, oh, this thing applies cold to the enemy and makes me move slower. Or you can choose something else, like, oh, this thing burns the enemy. And you can always switch it up every time and see what's best for your character. And I liked it a lot. And the base game's already really good, but then they added agony mode, and this is where the game really shines, in my opinion, because the base game is pretty damn easy. It's very easy. It's really not. I think it's probably the easiest Horde Survivor or even roguelike I played. But agony mode, oh, it is not easy in the slightest. Especially when you unlock more things to make it more challenging. Oh my god, you have to lock in. You have to fully focus and make sure you are min-maxing your build as much as possible. You have to make sure you're avoiding every potential hazard and enemy that wants to murder you. Like you have to really, and I love that so much. I think this is my favorite aspect of the game. I think that mode of the game is why it's on this list. I so far every video I've made of this game, I have been playing in agony mode because that's just straight up the most fun way to play the game. But yeah, man, I want to play it more. I want to make more videos on this because some of you seem to like that too. So if you want to see more of this, I'm down. Also, while you're at it this far already, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, as that'll help me a lot, and I'll greatly appreciate that. All right, but for real, favorite casual game. All right, these last three are very biased. I'm just gonna get rid of, as if this isn't already biased enough. This is literally my favorite thing. Of course, it's my opinion. Of course, it's biased. What am I saying? Anyways, my favorite casual. This is a no-brainer for me. I have not talked about this at all on the channel before, but in my Twitch channel, I very early on I did stream this game a lot. Stardew Valley. This is my favorite game to play if I'm just like done with life and want to just play something that won't make me angry. This is the best game for that. All these games, I love them. Sometimes when I don't have the right mood or the right mindset, they piss me off. Especially Elden Ring, bro. This game does things, and Sekiro. But they're still on this list for a reason. I still love them. But this game doesn't do that for me because it's super chill, it's super cozy. You can play it at your own pace. There's no real consequences. There's still like, you can still do some things that, like you and mess up, but like you can do nothing that ruins the game for you. It's in a weird way, it's kind of like the opposite philosophy of this game. Because this game you can fuck up anything at any point. You can ruin everything for yourself. Not here. You can maybe make someone mad at you. Sure, that's that can happen, but that's not gonna make the game unplayable for you, and like you're not gonna kill. The world's not gonna end. You're just in a farm, but with a bunch of other people, the community. You can talk to them. You can even marry some of them. And yeah, man, it's like I don't know. I just love playing this game. It's so like also the art style is very nice. Usually, I'm not huge on games with pixel art. I don't hate pixel art, but I feel like a lot of games just have a generic pixel art look. This game does not have a generic one. It feels very much like its own thing, and I feel like it looks cozy enough that's like, yeah, I would want to be in that farm and just make crops and just talk to people. Like that sounds awesome. This sounds so chill. This sounds so nice. And also plus points, this is deck verified. Same with this. Probably should have mentioned that. These games are both deck verified. They're very fun for different reasons. But yeah, again, perfect game for winding down. I love this game. I want to eventually get Pokemon Pokopia, but I don't have a Switch 2 right now, so that's gonna be a while before that happens. But yeah, this is my favorite casual game easily. Also, wait, one more thing. Fishing. I love fishing in video games. I love fishing. Fishing is such a fun thing to do in games. This game maybe has my favorite approach to fishing ever. And I think the majority of my playtime was just me fishing. Because like it's just like it's so fun. And then sometimes when you get like the really rare fishes and the really expensive fishes, oh my god, you just feel great. Dude, I'm okay. I'm gonna play this game on my Steam Deck before I sleep. But I think I need to do that because the past few days have been a lot, and it's okay. I'm not gonna delve deep into that. Don't need for me to be depressing. That's fine. Favorite nostalgia. Okay, this is gonna be a little weird. Uh, huh. What's favorite nostalgia? Hmm. Okay, I can think of some. There's like a few things that come to mind. Okay, I found it. I found my favorite one. This fucking game, dude. I doubt it's actually like a good or even great game. But I don't even care. This game is so goofy. You can literally hit someone in the hub world and then you get a cutscene of them murdering you. Like what other game does that? That's so funny to me. And then there's also the whole thing where you can fuse into other players' carts and then just demolish any other kart racer in your any other carts in your way. That's so cool. I don't know if the other Crash racing games do that because this is the only one I've played so far. But like, man, this like when I think of nostalgia, or like one of my favorite games I played as a kid, it's easily this. I want to play it again because I want to see how I would feel about it now. I feel like I'm very curious where my opinion would end up now that but yeah, I didn't really make it very far with this game, but like those cutscenes are hilarious. The racing, I remember it being very fun. I remember it feeling satisfying to screw over other racers, and like yeah, man, just this is a definitive childhood classic for me. I love this game. And my favorite game of all time, to the surprise of nobody who's been on my channel for longer than like a couple of videos, is Elden Ring. It's my favorite game of all time. I'm not gonna say repeat the reasons. The open world is amazing. The boss fights are amazing. The build variety is top notch. The soundtrack from most of the game is very strong. This is the most playtime I have in a game for a reason. I just love it to death, and I want to keep playing it. Now playing it with a mod that makes me deflect everything like the Executor and Night Rain, and it's reigniting the spark for me, and I can't wait to just play more of this. All right, thank you guys so much for watching, and see you guys next time. Phantom out. This has been my top 20 favorite games, and my favorite game from every genre. Phantom out.